Well, there has been a strong reaction to a controversial op-ed piece written by Virginia Senator Jim Webb, and then in turn the response by the state's chapter of the NAACP. In the letter, the organization's executive director emphatically disagrees with Senator Webb's words on the topics of diversity programs like affirmative action. And joining us to discuss his reaction is King Salim Khalfani. He is the man who wrote the letter. Thank you for being here, sir.
My pleasure.
Well, first, part of what Senator Webb said that he was trying to accomplish by writing this op-ed was trying to start a discussion about the use of these diversity programs across the country. I know you disagree with his premise, but do you think that it was appropriate for him to raise the question?
You don't start a discussion by sucker punching someone in the nose and breaking their nose and then say, let's talk. So first of all, in his op-ed piece, his very first sentence was, the NAACP thinks the Tea Party is racist. Our resolution said if they have racist members or people who exhibit racial behavior, that they should expel them. So his premise began with a lie. And everybody knows that we were real clear that we didn't call the Tea Party racist. And for him to begin an international op-ed piece is disingenuous at best.
Well, one of the things that you've been criticized about in the wake of this editorial and in your reaction to it is the inflammatory language that you use in your writing. In fact, you call Tea Party members by using the term teabaggers in the letter. Do you think, how would you respond to people that say that the way that you wrote this letter was inflammatory and was just meant to draw headlines?
Well, when you spit on congressmen, when you use the N-word and other racial epithets, when you depict the president as a witch doctor and Hitler, I think that's inflammatory. So if they think this doesn't affect people, it affects our everyday lives. And yeah, I'm angry.
Now, what do you hope to gain from this? Do you hope to meet with Senator Webb? Do you hope to educate him on your point of view? How do you hope that this discussion moves forward from this point?
We don't hope to meet with him. We demand it. He works for us. We don't work for him. We elected him. He's a life member of the Virginia State Conference NAACP. So we're just going to have a come home to Jesus meeting with the senator and express our views. The elected officials work for the people. It's not the other way around.
I sense by what you're saying to me today and what you wrote in the letter that you were offended by what Senator Webb wrote. And if you were offended, what specifically could you point to that made you the most angry?
Well, the lie that we said the Tea Party is racist. And he lied about several things. You know, he said the myth of white privilege. It is. It's a white privileged country. Nobody denies that. And if you want to deal with affirmative action, the primary beneficiaries have been, as he described, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant women. So if he wants to kill it, he'll be killing it in his own family.
The concern that a lot of people seem to have about this discussion in general is that it becomes people screaming at each other. Do you think that you and the senator and other people involved in this discussion can sit down and have a man-to-man talk or a woman-to-man talk or a group of people together and have a common-sense discussion about this issue?
Well, I meet with presidents, U.S. senators, governors all the time. You've never seen me arrested or I hadn't beaten anybody up yet, so I'm sure we can. We always do.
All right. Thank you, sir, for being here, and we'll talk more about this issue in the days ahead.